So we got a crazy story. So my mom always told me to make money out of men, and now I rake in $36,000 a month. So let's check out this story in this video. Okay, so a UK woman named Natalia, claims she makes big bucks on OnlyFans. Okay. And this outrageous viral video, viewed 1.5 million times, the amateur adult creator clapped back at the haters in a follow-up video. Okay. So I get this comment a lot. Your parents or kids must be proud of you. Okay, yeah. And it makes me laugh every single time because 99.9% of the time it comes from a guy. Now, these guys are probably virgins. They don't have a sex life. So, an annual income of $432,000, that speaks for itself. Interesting. Okay, but let's get into the story. So, a woman has revealed how she makes $36,000 a month selling raunchy videos online. Natalie Reynolds from England said she followed her mom's advice about making money from men and has been raking in the cash ever since. Feel free to give your thoughts as to, do you think this is a lot of money, not a lot of money? Would you do OnlyFans if you knew for a fact that you could make $36,000 a month, right? So, I mean, this is an interesting way to make money, and it's not necessarily a new concept, but the idea of it where you could be your own boss, per se, you could work for yourself from the comfort and safety from your own home, doesn't really sound like a bad idea, right? Like, if like you could just ask anyone in your like social circle, like, hey, without saying the OnlyFans thing, just like ask them, like, hey, would you be willing to stay at home and make and work from home and make $36,000 a month? You just gotta, be on your phone a lot. If you just said that, people would be like, yeah, of course, I'd love to just do that, right? So, like, just looking at it from like a helicopter viewpoint, a lot of people ignoring the like adult side of this would love to make this amount of money a month, period. And to make this amount of money a month from the comfort of your own home is amazing, right? So, no matter which way you look at it, this is a lot of money. Hopefully, she manages her money safely and correctly so that if something were to happen to her business, right, to, you know, this income stream, she won't be screwed, per se. So Natalia posted the video to her TikTok account, Miss Natalia Ray. So how you spell this, for those who end up wanting to check this out, is MISSNATALIARAE, where the video has been viewed 1.5 million times. Which, by the way, the reason why I spell that is because there's people who listen to this on Spotify, iTunes, all that kind of stuff. So in the caption, she writes, "Make money from men. My mom always said, so I did." Was, was Natalia, and her husband are perfectly content with the way. Okay, so yeah, see, they screwed this up. So Natalie, or no, it's Natalia, makes money on OnlyFans, and some users on TikTok were quick to judge, which Natalia says happens often. Now, the interesting thing about this is that she has a husband. Now, I don't know what kind of specific content that she has on there, right? But if it's just her and her husband, Some people may not really view that as a big deal. Some people might be like, oh no, you should never do something like that, right? It really depends on your perspective. But if basically the most important person technically in your life, your partner, is okay with it, then it probably will work fine, right? Now, if this was a situation where like you had an OnlyFans and basically your partner hated it or did not even know that you had it, that's where you get into a line where like, okay, this is not good. This is very sketchy. Like this is not going to end well. So one user wrote, "Your parents and kids must be so proud of you." To which Natalia replied in a video saying, "Blah blah blah." So I get this comment a lot, and it makes me laugh every single time because 99.9% of the time it comes from a guy, and they probably don't know what these sort of activities actually are, but everybody does it. Your mom's done it, your nan's done it, but just because I will publicly say I've had my milk here, there, and everywhere, it makes my kids or parents not proud of me. Everyone does it, your kids are going to do it. Make money for men, my mom always said, so I did. Stop acting as if it is the worst thing on earth because it is not. Everyone does it. Get over it. It's fun. If you haven't done it, do it. Fortunately, there were lots of people who supported Natalia's choice and came to her defense. One user wrote, "Why do any of you have a problem with what she does? As long as she's not hurting anyone, how does it affect your life? Move along." Another user commented, "Girl, how? I don't care what people think if that's paying my bills." A third user replied, "Good for you, hun. No hate towards you for doing you. Ignore the negative comments, only positive vibes your way." Now, let's kind of like talk about this situation, right? Because look, if she's married, right? So the husband is probably making money as well. But honestly, if she's married, well, she's married, it'd probably be smarter for the husband to end up like helping her with her business and scaling that up so that they could turn this $36,000 a month to like $200,000 a month. Then that's a lot of money coming in, like life changing money coming in. But $36,000 a month is very good, but 100 grand a month is life changing, right? So that's also something to think about as well. Two, with this type of business, you have to be very careful in terms of how you spend the money that you end up making. And this is for anyone in a similar type of field. Could be adult, or it could be something that, let's just say maybe is purely commission. Like maybe you're a salesperson, right? It could fit that type of category as well. For industries that can be very volatile in the longevity of it, you need to manage your money in a certain type of way so you can milk this for as long as you want, as long as you can, for as much money as you can. So, what I mean by this is that she's married. So, let's say that they have, $36,000 a month coming in, right? You want to utilize this money to pay off all of your debt, build up a pretty hefty emergency fund. I'm talking more like 6 months of an emergency fund, and start investing heavy into real estate, stocks, possibly crypto as well. Like, but basically investing your money consistently every single month, right? And the reason why you want to do this is so that if you are debt free and you have a big cash pile in the bank and you have money coming in every single month from your investments that is not even remotely tied to this sort of income, meaning like let's say you're putting most of your money that you're making per month into your investments and that investment is like giving you a livable income, Like you grow it to the point where you put enough money into your investments to get you to the point where you could actually make income from that. So the simplest way to put it, let's just say that she put the majority of her income into properties that paid her rent, just to make it simple, right? And she put enough money to own 2 to 4 rental properties free of clear, meaning no mortgage or debt on them at all. And she was getting enough rent from those rental properties to where she and her husband and possibly her kids could literally live off of that, right? That means that she doesn't have to stress about potentially this OnlyFans income from disappearing. She could go as hard as she can to promote as much as she can, or she could just not post anything for the rest of her life, right? She would have that freedom of choice, right? And that's what you should really do if you are in her situation, or if you end up coming into a situation where you're possibly making a lot of money, like a lot of money coming in, because you don't know how long it's going to last. And even though OnlyFans, I believe, is a subscription based model, meaning she's going to have recurring revenue every single month. So this $36,000 a month might only fluctuate by like maybe 5,000 plus and minus, right? Every single month on average, which will probably be a lot more now because she's probably getting super viral from all these different news organizations. Even though it's recurring and is a little bit more reliable than, like, let's say a 100% sales commission, she should still manage her money in a way to where she has the freedom of choice to do this or to not do this. And same thing for you who end up listening or stumbling upon this. You want to get your finances to the point where you have the freedom of choices. Okay? You have options. Like this would allow you to basically be like, oh, I'm so sick of driving my commute every single day. There's a massive accident. I lost like 4 or 5 hours of my life just literally not moving a mile. Well, I could just quit because I have enough money in the bank to suffice for basically the rest of my life, or to suffice till I could find another job. Like I'm not too stressed about that. That's where you want to end up getting your finances to, so that you have the freedom to go and do something like that. And a lot of people don't really understand that, but when you're debt free and you have money in the bank, the amount of freedom that you have is immense, right? Because now you can pretty much do whatever you want to do. Like, oh, you want to go on a trip? Okay. Oh, you might lose your job because of that? Okay, I still got a crap ton of money in the bank. Why would I care? Right? Like, that's the way that you could get to your life to that point where, yeah, I mean, I don't suggest people just be like, oh, yeah, just lose your job. But I'm just saying, like, you can get yourself to the point where, financially speaking, it won't really have any impact on your life, right? So, if you want to learn how to get out of debt, go to 40bucks.com. Feel free to give your thoughts. Do you like this sort of idea of making money? Would you do this to make money, like a crazy amount of money every single month? If you have some crazy stories about yourself or someone that you know and how they make money, feel free to submit your story at 40bucks.com. I think that'd be pretty interesting to read off.